Hi, welcome guys to this advanced Excel tutorial. Today we are going to look something as called as the index function. Index function in combination with some very interesting Excel functions like match, VLOOKUPs serve a very greater purpose with respect to data analysis and fetching of data from different kinds of sheets. So without wasting more time, let's understand when to use an index function. Index function is used to fetch the value from a particular cell based on the intersection of the row and column. If you have a known row or a column, or you can find out the row and column using some other functions, then all you need to do is fetch the value from the intersection of the rows and columns. Let's understand the same with the example that you can see on the screen. Here we have a multi-dimensional data where we have size mentioned in different rows and zones mentioned in different columns. The intersection of each of the zones and rows give you definite values of cost based on zone 1 and size 1 in this case, zone 2 and size 1 in this case, and similarly zone 8 and size 5 in this case. We get a value of 65.09. Let's say we want to fetch the value of size 3 and zone 6, size 3 and zone 6. The value that we would want to fetch is 35.29, and what I'm going to try and do is try and fetch this value using the index function. So we start by typing equals to index. As you can see, equals to index. I am typing it in the price column. Open brackets. The index demands selection of the array from where the data has to be fetched. Now the index is independent of fetching the headers of the content that we want to display in the array. For instance, if we would have used the VLOOKUP formula, we would necessarily need the entire data with the headings of the rows as well as that of the columns. However, in the index function, we only need to select the array that is required in this case particularly. So I'm going to select the array in this case. I'm going to hit a comma. The next thing that it is asking me is the row number. So I want to find the intersection of row number 3 in this case, comma, and the column number 6 in this case. Closing my bracket and pressing enter. There you go. I get my value 35.29, the shipping cost, which gives the value from the intersection of size 3 and zone 6. I have yet another table mentioned on the right side where a lot of data has been mentioned with different combinations of size and zones. Let's try and apply the same formula over here. So we are going to type equals to index, again bracket open, going to select the array from which the data needs to be fetched, comma, the row number being size 5 in this case, comma, and the zone being size or zone 5 in this case. Now remember, the array needs to be absolute. In this case, I have already selected the entire data and have given it a name called as shipping cost. Hence, the name or the array doesn't change when the formula is dragged down. So you will need to specifically make the array position or the array absolute. There you go. I just need to drag this formula down and all my cells will have the particular values. We have looked at just one single example of index. I want you guys to wait for the next video where we'll be doing a combination of match and index, and you will be able to see a pretty interesting outcome that is derived using the combination of both the formulas. You will also understand how match and index together is much more powerful formula than your VLOOKUP functions. However, if you have already heard, there is a new function in Excel that has come up in the latest versions called as XLOOKUP. So XLOOKUP is basically a combination of your VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP and the match and index function together, solving both the problems that are associated with the VLOOKUP and the match and index taken away together in the XLOOKUP function. So once you know the VLOOKUP and the match and index function, XLOOKUP function, understanding an XLOOKUP function becomes quite easy. So wait for the further videos so that you can understand all of these functions ahead. That's it for today, guys. I am going to put up more videos in the coming days and stay tuned for it. Stay home, stay safe. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. That's it. Ciao.